What is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing today? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Tamashii Nation's SH Figuarts Injustice Gods Among Us Batman figure. Yeah, Batman. What is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing today? I just got this really dope Batman figure in the mail today, and a really big thank you to my buddy Alex Blast from agelessgeeks.com. So if you would like to get this figure as well, and your other figures and collectibles, definitely check out that website. But I'm really glad I got this figure. I was always on the fence about buying it because I'm definitely not a fan of the cape design. Plus, I don't like plastic capes. I prefer cloth capes. But a lot of people told me it was definitely worth it, and they were right because this is a really badass Batman figure. Let me show you guys the packaging first, and then we'll get into the figure review. But he comes in this SH Figuarts packaging right here, and it's actually pretty cool. It says SH Figuarts on the top left, there's the window with the figure right there, and then it says Batman right there with some other crap over there as well. Then the right side of it, there's a cool little background, then it shows a picture of the figure, which looks really badass. Over here it says, Injustice Gods Among Us. Then it says, warning, choking hazard, blah, blah, blah. It says Injustice version there, DC Comics, Tamashii Nations, Bandai. On the bottom of it is the barcode and blah, blah, blah. On the top of it says Batman and some other stuff. And then the one side of it says SH Figuarts, a really cool picture of the figure with that cool background again. It says Batman on the bottom. And then right here it says SH Figuarts. And then there's a really cool bat symbol there with 75 there, so 75 years of Batman. Then you get another cool picture of the figure. It says Batman as well. And then there's the back of it right there. It says Batman. If you would like to read that little blah blah blah, pause it right now and go right ahead. And then it says moving multiple option parts, and then you get a bunch of cool poses you can get the figure into. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get into this figure review. Alrighty, so starting off with the accessories here, as you see, the Batman figure actually comes with a decent amount of accessories. He comes with the cape right here, which comes in 3 parts. He comes with 7 interchangeable hands, 2 different head sculpts. Comes with 2 batarangs, the grappling gun, and 2 grappling hooks. The cape right here, I'm not a fan of it. I mean, it's pretty cool looking. I love the light blue shading in it right here. Just makes the cape look really, really cool, but I'm not a fan of plastic capes. This is the middle part, I guess the base part of the cape. I mean, really cool looking. I really like the very light blue shading throughout it. Just really makes the cape look pretty cool, and I love the bottom of the cape too. That's the middle of it, and then these are the sides of the cape. I mean, they look really, really cool also. But the way to put them on, there's 2 pegs here and then 2 pegs right there. And these are pointed to the outside, so this will go on this side. You see on the top right here, you just peg this right into there like so, and they peg in fairly easy. There's that, there's one, and then the other one, and then there you go, completed Batman cape. Like I said, I'm not a fan of this cape. I just hate this design, how far out they go and say you want to do this. It just looks really stupid with that huge gap right there. Just really bad idea. I think they should have just went with a cloth cape. And then there is a peg right here. You just peg this in the back of the Batman figure. You just hinge up the middle piece right there. And then there's the hole for the cape. And you just peg it in like so. And then there is the Batman figure with the cape. I mean, it's okay. I'm personally not a fan of it. And the cape made me very skeptical about buying this figure, but I mean, it doesn't look that bad. If anything, you can take these pieces off and just have them posed with the middle piece. It doesn't look that bad with just the middle piece as well, so I just think the side pieces kind of ruin the figure. I mean, it'll probably look good with some poses, but well, that's all you're going to do. And just to let everybody know, there's a lot of very sharp points on this figure, so be very, very careful. He also comes with 2 interchangeable heads. This is the head that comes on the figure when you first get the figure out of the packaging. And it's sculpted and painted very, very nicely and very well. Be careful, these bat ears are extremely sharp. I got stabbed with them a couple times already. But the skin tone color that they use is actually pretty good, and there's no paint bleeding or nothing where the skin tone color meets the black for the mask, so Tamashii Nations did a really great job with that, and the eyes are painted looking in the same direction as well. But really, really cool looking head sculpt right here. It looks like it's battle damaged as well. You see like a little scar right there. A scar on the mask. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if this is battle damage too, or if the mask is supposed to be like that, because it's battle damage because they're both different looking. It's not like it's the same type of design. So he has battle damage throughout his mask right here. And then my favorite head sculpt right here, which is this armored mask, it just looks really, really, really cool. I really like the blue eyes with the blue above the eyes. And then where the mouth is, it's like a silver color. Then around there is like a little bit darker silver or a grayish type color. And really, really cool looking. I mean, even up here is a dark gray color as well. Same with a little bit on the ears also. Just really, really great sculpt work and paint. The paint is very clean on this head sculpt as well. Really, really cool looking. This is such a cool Batman mask right here. It's really awesome. I'm going to have him pose with this head sculpt right here. But those are the two head sculpts that come with the figure. He also comes with two batarangs. They're very plain. Nothing too special about them. These are actually very sharp as well, so be careful right here. They're very plain. Nothing too special. But it's cool. He comes with two of those. Right there. Then he also comes with 7 interchangeable hands. He comes with a pair of fists. They're sculpted and painted nicely. I just think they're a little too small for this figure. I mean, if you look at it, his fists just look way too tiny. Like, it just looks abnormal. It doesn't look right. I mean, but the sculpt is really great on them. So he comes with a pair of fists. He also comes with a pair of these batarang hands right here. For him holding batarangs. Sculpted in, I don't know if they're painted. Yeah, they look like they are. And you can see there is very light blue shading on the hand as well. It's very hard to notice it. But he holds the batarangs fine. Just put him in like so. And looks pretty damn cool actually. You gotta have him hold it the other way also. So, pretty cool looking. He comes with a pair of those hands. And he also comes with a pair of these open hands right here, which are sculpted really nicely also. Really cool looking. And then the last hand he comes with is a trigger finger hand, which is for the grappling gun. And it really doesn't hold it that well. The grappling gun handle is really big, and just the grip isn't big enough to hold it. And you can't really get his finger on the trigger finger, but I'll show you that in a second. Right here's the grapple gun, and it looks really, really cool actually. I'm just not digging how big the handle is. Like I said, it's very hard for him to hold it. Get a cool like gunmetal gray right there, and then a little silver painting right there. I mean, really cool looking. Cool grapple gun. Let me show you guys the hand for it. His hand it's really hard to get him to just hold it. You gotta pry his hands open a little bit. And then there you go. I mean, see, you can't really get him to hold the trigger finger. I mean, you can. There's a way to see. I got his finger on the trigger right now. But the way his thumb is, it looks like it's going to stretch out the thumb and kind of ruin that hand. If you see the way it's bent, it's just... So you can get his finger on the trigger finger. I just think the handle is way too big for this hand. They should have made the hand have a little wider of a grip on it. And then the last two things he comes with is the grappling hooks. He comes with this one right here, which is not the extended one. This is the one that you could just peg it into the gun. This is the one that's in his gun right before he fires it. And it looks really, really cool when you have it in the gun like that, like grapple gun. And also be very careful because this grapple hook is very, very sharp. I got stabbed with it, so be careful. But the sculpt and the paint on it is just really, really nice looking. So he comes with that one, then he comes with the extended one, like he fired it. And these are very sharp as well, so be careful. The painting on it is really nice, and the sculpt's really cool on it too. And this part right here is bendy wire, so you can bend it around. And this, the end of it, you just put in the grapple gun like so. So that's really cool that they included that. I think that was a really smart idea. Just a really cool accessory. So pretty cool. And this Batman figure, he comes with a pretty decent amount of accessories, and I really like all of them a lot. So I think Tamashii Nations did a great job with the accessories for this Batman figure. But anyway, let's move on to some comparisons for the figure. So now moving on to comparisons next, the SH Figuarts Batman Injustice version. He stands a little bit under 6.5 inches tall. He pretty much stands a little bit over 6 inches and 1/4 of an inch, a little bit over that. Over here we have the McFarlane Walking Dead Rick Grimes figure. He stands at 5 inches tall. Over here we have the Mafex The Dark Knight first release Batman figure. He stands at the same height. He's a little bit under 6.5 inches tall. Over here we have the SH Figuarts Joker Injustice version, and he's the exact same height, a little bit under 6.5 inches tall. As you can see, the same exact height, same with the Mafex Batman. Then over here we have the NECA 1989 Michael Keaton Batman figure, and he stands a little bit under 7 inches tall. Then my biggest figure that I have right here, the SH Figuarts Broccoli figure, and he stands a little bit over 9 inches tall. So there's some comparisons for you really quickly. Anyway, let's move on to the paint and sculpt. Oh, for the paint and sculpt, I think Tamashii Nations did a great job with this Batman figure. There is die-cast metal throughout the figure on some of the armor. I like the straps right there in the legs, and same on the arms also. I love the gauntlets. These pieces right here are very sharp, so be really careful. But what's die cast, I'm not 100% positive, but I know the shoulder pads are. The chest piece, I think, is die cast metal as well. The thigh guards right here are die cast metal. I think the knee pads are as well, and I think the shin guards are also. These pieces are a softer material by the ankles right there. But I think all that is what is die-cast metal on this figure. But Tamashii Nations, the sculpt on this figure is just phenomenal. I love the color variation of like darker gray, silver type color. We got metallic black, flat black color. I also love in the sculpt how there's just battle damage all throughout his armor, on the shoulder pads, on the gauntlets, the chest piece, on the thigh guards, on the knee pads, and also on the shin guards as well. I just love all the battle damage on it. It just makes the figure look so much cooler. I like the bat symbol right there. It looks really, really cool. The belt is okay. Not a big fan of it. Mine's on a little crooked, and it's kind of keeps annoying me. I like the little pouches on the belt right there. And he has like little canister right there, or another little pouch of something on each side as well. The bat belt's okay. I mean, just a couple pouches on it, that's all. I don't really like that symbol in the middle. I don't know if it's supposed to be a bat or something. It doesn't look like a bat to me. I like the shoulder pads, they're pretty cool. I really like these gauntlets. I forgot what these are called right here. But they're really cool as well, and they have they're battle-worn, battle damaged as well, and that's just really cool looking. Just the sculpt and all the battle damaged pieces are just really, really well done. And the thigh guards, I like the straps that's going around the legs. Same with the ones on the arms as well. Pretty cool looking. Knee pads and the shin guards. The feet are okay. They're just kind of basic looking. But just a really, really cool Batman figure. Didn't think I would like the figure as much as I thought I would. But just a really badass Batman figure right here. So sculpt work is just really well done. Whatever's painted is painted very well. There's no paint bleeding. I just love all the sculpt work of the battle damage. Just really, really cool. But anyway, let's move on to the articulation and wrap this review up. For Batman's articulation, his cape is articulated so it can hinge up and down and go to the left and to the right, so that's pretty cool. For the head and neck, his head and neck could look up that much, which is good, and then it could look pretty much all the way down, so that's good. The neck can swivel, it can also pivot as well. The head can pivot and swivel a little bit, so that's pretty cool. The ab crunch can crunch forward that much and then back about that much. You get a little bit of, get some pivot out of it as well. And then it swivels also. The waist swivels, it can pivot, and it can move forward and back as well. The shoulders, the shoulder pads right here, they are hinged, so they can hinge up and down, and then the shoulder joint can go up about that much, which isn't the greatest. It could go up and down as well. You get the bicep swivel. He has double jointed elbows. He has a swivel at the gauntlets. He has a ball hinge at the wrist, so it could swivel and move up and down as well. Now for the legs, you get the great Tamashii Nation leg joints where you can pop them out so you get more articulation. You can kick forward about that much, which is really good. You kick to the back about that much, and then it kicks out to the side that much, so that's pretty cool. And then you get the swivel right there as well. He has double jointed knees. For the ankles, they swivel. They can go down that much, articulate up about that much. You get the great ankle pivot. And then you get the toe articulation where you could break Batman's toes. So that is the articulation for the Batman figure, which is actually some pretty good articulation for this figure. Overall, I do recommend the figure. It's not a must figure to get, but it is a really, really cool Batman figure. I love all the accessories he comes with. My favorite accessory is definitely this head sculpt right here. It just looks really, really badass. The one thing I do not like about this figure is definitely this cape. I hate the design of it, and I just do not like plastic capes, but I just don't like how there's big gaps right there. I think that's just a really badly made cape right there. But other than that, he has great articulation, just a little bit limited at the shoulders. Overall, the articulation is great, though. And what I love the most is definitely the paint and sculpt, just the detail. I love how it's all battle damage throughout the armor, and I love how there's die cast on the armor as well. But if you want to get this figure, you could get it at agelessgeeks.com, or you could join the Ageless Geeks Facebook page. You can get great deals on figures there, and you'll always be the first to know when a figure is up for pre-order, so you get first dibs. Also, if you live in California, you could hit up Frankensons. Check out Alex's booth, number 632, which is the Ageless Geeks booth, and you'll get great figures at great prices over there. But anyway, guys, that is my review of the SH Figuarts Batman and Justice version figure. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't like it, you can go beep yourself. Alright, everybody, I'll see you later. I don't like plastic capes. I prefer the cloth cape. And he comes in this Tamashii Nation's figure art, SH Figuarts packaging right here, kind of similar to the Joker's. Here's a little. It's the Figuarts Batman boobity bobbity boo. Pretty awesome looking figure here.